Good morning. And welcome to Unity of Ocala. We're so glad you're here. I welcome you on behalf of the entire spiritual community. My name is Eileen Ricker, and I'll be kind of spearheading this motion today. We have a opening prayer, if you'll join me, please. Dear God, Great Spirit, please make your presence felt today as we come together in unity. Open our hearts to love, open our minds, strengthen our spirits. Give us the words to comfort and heal others. We give thanks for all the blessings we have and ask that our eyes be open to see them. We are richly blessed. May we shine our light into a world which is in need of the light of love and wisdom. We ask that Unity of Ocala be a blessing to all who come together here as old friends. And we ask that our message of hope attract new friends and all who seek truth. In the name and the Spirit of Jesus Christ, amen. And we have from some live music from our Unity of Ocala music group.
As the OMG get up here, that's the Unity Ocala music group, OMG. Mike, are we got guitar? Okay.
Way in the water, way in the water, children, way in the water. God don't stop the water. Who's that young girl dressed in red? Way in the water. Must be the children that Moses led. Way in the water. God don't stop the water. Way in the water. Way in the water, children. Way in the water. God don't stop the water. Who's that young girl dressed in white? Way in the water. Must be the children of the Israelites. Way in the water. God don't stop the water. Look over yonder, what did I see? Band of angels coming from me. I said, way in the water, way in the water, children, way in the water. God don't stop the water. See that hose dressed in wet, way in the water. Must be the children that Moses led, way in the water. If you don't believe that I've been redeemed, tag on and follow me. I say, way in the water, way in the water, children, way in the water. God don't stop the water. God don't trouble the water. God don't trouble the water.
Thank you. Please join me to say Unity's foundational principle. Together, there is only one power, one presence, active in the universe and in our life. God the good, omnipotent. And when we live this principle together, we are a thriving spiritual community here to inspire one another to realize God's love. Centered in the Spirit of God, we see peace, love, and abundance in an awakening world. The daily word for today, Sunday, February 23rd, is wisdom. And our affirmation is wisdom guides my words and actions. Would you like to say that with me? Wisdom guides my words and actions. When I have felt torn trying to decide which way to go or how to handle a trying situation, I may have asked in prayer for insight and guidance. As I have grown spiritually, I have come to realize that any insight and guidance I could need are within me, aspects of my divine inheritance. Divine wisdom is my ability to intuit, to sense, and to discern my best choice. I pay attention to my hunches, flashes of inspiration, and the whispers of guidance I feel in my quiet moments. I believe they are divinely inspired, even if they surprise me. In confidence and with gratitude, I move in the direction of my highest good, trusting in my innate wisdom. And our scripture today is from Isaiah 30, verse 21. When you turn to the right or when you turn to the left, your ears shall hear a word behind you saying, "This is the way, walk in it." And we have live music again, and after the live music, we'll go into meditation and talk with our guest speaker today, Lynn Woodland. Thank you.
This is a beautiful song by Tracy Chapman. It's got a lot of concepts in it, like the water and being ready and moving forward in our path and jumping into the water, overflowing.
don't know if it's been up here or not. First, good morning. Good morning. I don't know if the topic has been up here or not, but today is going to be all about opening the flow of prosperity and abundance. And I know usually we do a meditation and then there's a talk. I always reverse them, so I'm left-handed, so I do everything backwards. Prosperity. I think prosperity work really has comprised a huge amount of new thought teachings and personal growth work in recent decades. And a lot of popular law of attraction teachings make it look very simple. We change our minds and then poof, lots of money just starts flowing in, and sometimes it is really just that easy. Personally, I've found money can be kind of easy to manifest because it's not really anything real, it's this abstraction. But, I still hear from people they've done their vision boards and they've said their affirmations and they've listened to their tapes. And they say, well, I've had all these cool little synchronicities, but the big stuff, when do I get the big stuff? And, while there's a lot of complicated reasons why it doesn't always work, like poof, that could be a whole weekend workshop, and then some. Some of the failure, I think, in some of the early New Thought teachings, not New Thought, but I would say prosperity teachings, a lot of them that came out in the 80s, is not that they're wrong, it's that they're not quite complete. When a lot of this stuff came out in the 80s, I know a lot of us are old enough, we remember Louise Hay and, Shakti Gawain and a lot of those, classics. Those messages were exactly what we needed to hear then. They were important. They taught us, first off, that loving ourselves is not a selfish thing. It's important. It's necessary. They taught that we can impact our reality with our state of mind. Our consciousness is that powerful. That was new back then. And all these popularized teachings kind of started putting it out into mass consciousness. And they also taught us that it's okay to want more, because truly we live in an abundant universe. There is no limit when we start to tap into spirit. And these are really important lessons, and they fit with those times. But I think that in the last 40 years we've evolved. We've gone past the I want what I want and I can have it message to more of we're all in the same boat message. And a lot of early law of attraction teachings didn't necessarily show us how to come together to create prosperity for all. And as humanity is evolving, I think that becomes more and more important. The collective experience now really is urging us to have a collective experience, to not separate ourselves, to, as one wins, we all need to win. And to prosper in these times, more and more and more needs to be in a way that takes everyone along. Especially those of us who I think kind of learned in some of our upbringing it's better to give than receive. We're learning that it's okay to receive and everybody can come along with us. So I think there's also a way that some of the early teachings that, kind of get us locked away with our meditation tapes and our copy of The Secret and doing our thing in our affirmation journal. At first it's exhilarating. We're imagining what we want, our desire, as if it's here now, as we were taught to do, right? We just picture it as though it's happened. And that's this big experience. Then we come out of that, then we're watching and waiting, okay, where is it? Where is it? Why don't I see it yet? It's not here yet. Oh, God, it never works for me. It becomes and that's a downward spiral that really is the opposite of a powerful manifesting state. And it's very singular. It can keep us kind of locked into more of a me consciousness than going into that bigger we consciousness. And a model I've been using in my work as an evolution of these teachings involves tapping into the power of all of us together as really as part of the process. And in this model, we come together and we give loving intention to everyone's highest good in a way that really does result in all of us having exponentially more than our own energy working on our behalf. There's an amplifying effect that happens. And that's the experiment we're going to do today. We're going to create prosperity today in our spiritual work here. But before I get into that, I want to share a little bit of my own story with prosperity, my own journey, because it's very personal to me, super personal. In the early, something that really I've had to struggle with for much of my life. And in the early 80s, a lot of years ago, I actually helped to found and was the first director of the Baltimore Center for Attitudinal Healing. And that was based on Jerry Jampolsky's model for people dealing with serious illnesses, especially kids. And he drew these principles of attitudinal healing from A Course in Miracles. And you've simplified these, 3 massive volumes into these 12 easy, simple principles, taught children and adult caregivers to practice them together, and saw all kinds of miracles happen. And I was told, that's when I got interested in miracles. And we started that center, and it was wonderful. We started seeing miracles, and then suddenly we didn't have enough money. We were like running out of money. And being the director, that kind of landed right on my shoulders. And I worked harder and harder to make ends meet. I kind of whined to God, like, God, here I'm doing your work. Why have you not put me on your payroll? What gives? And, my clearer moments, I would actually do some meditating on this. And, okay, God, I'm going into my higher self now. I'm putting the panic away. Tell me what to do. And I did get this awareness of a previously overlooked total double standard I held related to money. And I thought I believed in the principles of attitudinal healing. It teaches everything is love, giving and receiving are the same. But I acted as though those principles didn't really apply to the real world of money, finances. And the more I meditated on this, the more my inner guidance made it clear that I had to clean up this rift between my spiritual beliefs and the way I lived my life. And it told me that if I wanted to create more of something, especially something that feels scarce, I have to be willing to give it unconditionally. And I struggled with the practicality of that in my situation. Like, I want to create more money, but I don't have money. How am I supposed to give money unconditionally when I don't have money? And this guidance started, and we're going to be working a lot with that whole inner wisdom thing today, because, it was pouring in at that time, and we'll work with that some too. The more I meditated, the louder and pushier my guidance, my inner wisdom got. And it gave me very specific instructions to eliminate all fees for the center's professional trainings and workshops, because our support services were all free. Now, that was the only way we made money. And the instruction was to just ask people to give whatever they wanted as an unconditional gift of love. And now this was way back in the 80s, and you see, a lot more workshops offered on a donation basis nowadays. That really wasn't a thing back then. Just wasn't so much of a thing. And it was scary, really scary. My guidance reassured me that the center will prosper this way, and so will the givers. But I was like, oh, no, okay. Now, I was also directed to tithe 10% of my personal income. And what's more, to tithe 10% of the center's income. Now, tithing, I'm sure a lot of you have heard of tithing. It's an ancient practice of giving 10% of whatever we earn, whatever comes in, giving it away to our source of highest inspiration, giving it up. And the more specific my guidance got, the more freaked out I was. In fact, I took it to my board of directors. I decided, okay, I'm going to put this out there. And the board is this lovely group of very spiritual ladies. We were at one of their houses for our meetings. And money can touch people's deepest charged emotions. By the middle of that meeting, we had these lovely ladies screaming at the top of their lungs. There was rage flying every which way. The only thing that cooled it down a little bit was like the house dog came over to the woman who was yelling the loudest and actually peed on her leg. And we all just went, oh! It kind of stopped things. It put out the fire. And somehow they let me do it. I don't know how that happened. But then, what happened was totally miraculous. Not only did people come and actually give generously for these events that they didn't have to give anything for, but the number of people who showed up doubled. Now, some people gave a lot less than our old fee, but some people gave a lot more. So practically overnight, we per person averaged about the same amount as the old fee. And practically overnight, we just doubled the center's revenue. It was that quick. And I set up tithing accounts for myself, for the center, and I just started putting it away. I didn't spend it right away, partly because I wanted to make sure I could live without it. It was like, oh. But the other part was I didn't know quite where to give it yet. I wasn't sure. And then one day, I got a call from a man from the Washington, D.C. Center for Attitudinal Healing. It was our sister organization. And he said, do you have any idea where we could raise, how we could get $1,000 by tomorrow to send this very exceptional young man, a teenage guy who wanted to go on this peace tour with Jerry Jampolsky, which is something he was doing back then, traveling the world with kids, talking about peace. And my knee-jerk reaction was, $1,000, especially back then, as poor as I was in the 80s, that was a lot of money. That was a whole lot of money. I responded automatically, no. I have no idea where you'd find that much money. No, I'm so sorry, bye. And then it just occurred to me, maybe I should look at how much I have in the tithing accounts. And wouldn't you know, they added up almost to the penny, $1,000. So with both excitement, joy, and panic, kind of floating around in my gut, I called him back and said, yes, I'll give it. I got that nudge, that inner wisdom nudge. It just something about it. I mean, it scared the heck out of me, but something about it felt right. And I gave it. Miracles followed. It was amazing. Nobody had ever just given the center, big gifts of money, but all of a sudden, I'd be opening the mail. There'd be a check for $500 or $200 or $300. We started getting these gifts, not as payment for a workshop, but just to support. And here's what really blew me away. I was opening my own mail one day, and I nearly fainted to find a check made out to me personally for $1,000. And it was from somebody who didn't know anything about the tithe I'd given away. She said she was in church praying, and God told her to give me $1,000. It's like, God, finally you've put me on your payroll. And I mean, I had to struggle a little bit not to just give it all away. Some of us aren't very good receivers. But I realized, okay, receive, let go, receive, let go, receive. And the other thing that happened is that the man who called me from the DC Center, he wanted to meet me. He was so impressed that I just poof, showed up with that money. We got to talking, and he bankrolled it, actually. He supported me in creating my first 5-day intensive. And that became a whole new career path for me. That became pretty much my signature workshop for decades. And who knows how many miracles were created by that young man going all around the world talking about peace, who knows? Who knows? Many miracles came from that. But, I have to say this. There's a real trick to this art of unconditional giving. Because the minute we say, oh, that's cool, I'm gonna give away so God will give back to me. Okay, God, come on, I gave away, come on. It's not unconditional anymore. Unconditional giving is when the giving itself is what makes you happy. Like, I'm just giving somewhere, and I feel so happy about that. I don't care about anything coming back. Just imagine giving just the most marvelous birthday present to your favorite child. You're not waiting for that kid to give you something back. You're just, just loving, seeing their face and the joy, and that fills you. That's enough. That's what unconditional giving feels like. And that's what it always comes back. When we listen to our inner wisdom about that, it's never the voice of fear, like, oh, I can't give that much. And it's never the voice of guilt either, like, oh, I better give more, they're gonna think I'm a real cheapskate. It's something else. It's the voice that just comes. It has this little yes attached, this little good feeling, excitement feeling. And I found that, sometimes I'll get that nudge, and then I'll be really scared because I'll try and talk myself out of it. But I remember the original inner guidance was a yes. And that's the thing to listen to and follow. We're going to do some playing with this. And this unconditional giving thing, it always has to be an amount we know we can give. Because I've been doing this ever since I started that. I've made a career out of offering my services, even a 5-day long intensive, for whatever people want to give me. So I've really learned a lot about this principle. It needs to be an amount that isn't imaginary money, as in, God, as soon as I win the lottery, I'm going to give so much money. I believe, God, I'm going to write 20 million affirmations. And when you give me the lottery, I will give a lot. No, it has to be what you know you can give now, and also the right amount that comes from within. that isn't because some stupid teacher like Lynn Woodland, says do it. It has to come from you, and it has to be the amount that feels really good to give, not the one that plunges us into any kind of financial panic. Now, personally, when I knew I was going to do this, I've given away $1,000 at a time, a bunch of times. Not all that often, but it seems to be my symbol. And what I have, it's always opened some big door. The money tends to come right back, and opportunities open up. And when I knew I was going to do this service on prosperity, I got that nudge again. Lynn, give away $1,000. And I tried really hard to talk myself out of it. I talked to Bill, almost like, we can't do this, can we, Bill? He was like, yes, we can. Yes, we can. Yes, we can. So that's what I'm doing today, because I'm ready. And interestingly, since I made that commitment, my career has actually taken a really big and exciting turn that I wasn't expecting at all. I'm really excited about what's next, and it felt like a miracle in many ways. So this is the experiment I offer to all of us today. I suggest that we all make our offering, because we all give a little something to the church, that we make it our experiment in prosperity. So whatever, and this is only if you're willing, if you're getting the inner yes to make this an experiment, as opposed to, I had this already in my pocket, as, if you don't get a yes, don't do this, don't do this. But if you're, having that little tingly feeling, let your offering be your prosperity experiment. We're going to go into meditation around this. And whatever amount you thought you were going to give, scratch that, and allow an amount to come from your inner wisdom. Now, it might come up larger than your usual amount. It also might be less, because that happens. And you need to be open to that too, because there will be some reason for that. You may not understand it right now, but you will. So this is about being really open to what our inner wisdom says about giving, rather than what our financial brain, our scarcity fears, our guilt, to really listen. And then we let the money gift truly be a symbolic gift of gratitude to God for both the blessings we've received, the blessings we have, and the blessings to come, the miracles to come. So if you're ready, buckle up. Here we go. First off, just take a deep breath or two. And if the talk of giving money triggers anxiety for you, breathe it out. You might even need to shake it out, like, shake it out. And then close your eyes. Close your eyes. And if we've got any soothing meditation music today, this is a good time for it. And just take a moment to breathe. Let your body relax. Quiet your mind with some deep, full breaths. Body just sinking into your seat, comfortable, relaxed, easy, gentle. And ever so softly, let your awareness expand to include your higher, wiser spiritual self. A part of you that is always one with God. A beautiful, radiant being of light and love. That is your true self. And as you just take a moment to take in your magnificence, who you truly are, to relax into that. See the higher selves of all of us in this room now with you. And imagine that we've come together today purposefully to assist each other. Not just to listen to me, but to assist each other in releasing limitation and growing in prosperity. We are so much more powerful together. Our joined intentions quicken our growth, so that things that have seemed difficult in the past now can come more easily. And you don't even need to believe this. Just imagine. Just imagine. Things can be easier now because we have the support of one another. And in your mind's eye, picture all of these other souls around you and let your heart open to them. Some you know, some you don't know, doesn't matter. Just send the message to all. I care about you. Be well and prosper. And imagine your love, like rays of light, connecting you now to everyone here. And you can just feel the energy in the room building. Higher and higher as our love connects one to the other, amplifying, growing. And as we do this, we connect with something greater than our human selves. We tap into this beautiful sea of abundant light. So imagine us all just floating, flowing in this ocean of divine light. And it's the essence of beauty. It's the sweetness of life. It's the source of absolute well-being. It is pure divine love. So just lie back, feel yourself held and rocked in this loving, blissful embrace. This is the limitless source, always holding you, always having your back. And you just breathe it in with every breath. This is all sweetness. You take it in deeply and you let it go deeply as well and freely, because there's always more. This is the abundance of God. And you see that you're drawing deeply from this source. Doesn't make there be any less for anyone else. You can see all the people in this room, all your friends, just floating with you in this limitless supply. Each one able to draw as much as they're willing to receive. And you see that drawing from this doesn't make there be less for anyone else any more than your breathing deeply robs breath from someone else. There is enough. There is plenty. And this limitless source is the substance and the energy that becomes all the tangible manifestations of our good. It's never God's will that we suffer or live in scarcity and fear. God wants only love and well-being for us. And all the pain we experience in life, it just comes from our belief that we can ever be separate from God. So as you relax into this ocean of plenty, just see what it is that you most want more of in your life. Maybe something that's felt scarce. It could be money. It could be anything. Love, opportunity, health, peace of mind, anything. Let your desire come to mind as clearly and joyfully as you can make it, especially the joy that having, doing, being this gives you. And offer up your desire as a request to the universe in the form of this God or something better, trusting God to know what better is. Offer it up. This God or something better. And then let it go like you would let go of a beautiful butterfly that came to you for a moment. You might just notice lots of butterflies flying up and out and into the universe from our room. And now, ask God to guide your higher wisdom to an amount of money that is just the right amount for you to experiment with today, an amount that you can give as an unconditional gift joyfully back to God, that in some way really embodies your gratitude for all the blessings you've received and the even greater blessings to come. And this is going to be the perfect amount for you. It's not about what you think you should give. It's not about what you're afraid to give. It's the amount that feels like the right one to experiment with. And when you get that in mind, get that amount in mind, just imagine you're turning this substance of money that truly is just an abstraction. You're turning it into the pure energy of light and divine love. Think about when you hold your offering in your hand. It starts out as, as matter. And imagine that you're turning that into pure energy of God, filling it with light, filling it with your love, your faith, your anticipation, your gratitude. And then you let it go. And imagine that gift now joining with the gifts of everyone here in this room. And it joins with all the light and love being released here today. And because we've given it such a powerful charge, maybe sometimes we just let go of our offering, we don't think about it. Today we're giving it a truly magical charge. Because of that, as it goes through the vehicle of this church, imagine it amplifying the power of this church to inspire hope, healing, higher consciousness in the world. And so your heart just feels overwhelmed with the joy of this released power for good. And know that this money may facilitate miracles for people we will never know. And because money really is made to go from person to person, from place to place, really through people. this energy that we release, it's extending further and further. You might see it just travel all around the world, and it eventually comes back to us multiplied. So picture now the incredible joy in this room as one after another of us receives all kinds of wonderful coincidences, prosperity, blessings of all sorts, opportunities, healing, and most of all, joy. Joy, just feel the joy just percolating in the room as this gift of love picks up steam, heals the community around us, the world at large comes back to us even bigger and comes right into our own lives and hearts. And just be grateful. Be grateful. Be grateful. Take a deep breath. Just gently bring yourself back in gratitude. And now, Miss Sheba and company, take it away.
Trust in place when things go wrong out in the world. Come on, talk to God. Ooh, talk to God. Your time. God is knocking within your heart. Oh, let him in. Please go and let him in. To yourself, you must be true. Go in and talk to God. When things go wrong out in the world, come on, talk to God. When a man or woman just won't do, drug and alcohol have made a fool of you. When things is wrong, come on, oh, talk to God. God is knocking at your door. back. Just remember that. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you.
Thank you. Will the ushers come forward, please? We are going to bless those wonderful tithes and offerings that Lynn has been talking about together. Divine love flowing in and through me blesses and multiplies all that I am, all that I have, all that I give, and all that I receive. And I am grateful. The presence of the Lord is in this place. I can feel God's mighty power and God's grace. There's a holy hush around us. I see glory on each face. Surely the presence of the Lord is in this place. Surely the presence of the Lord is in this place. I can feel God's mighty power and God's grace. There's a holy hush around us. I see glory on each face. Surely the presence of the Lord is in this place. Thank you. This is my soul. This is our prayer box here in front of us. Y'all know that's where we put our requests and thanks. I do every Sunday. And they are prayed over every day by our local prayer chaplains. And then they are sent off to Unity Village where they are prayed for another 30 days, 24 hours, 7 days a week. Prayer works. We've got lots of proof in here. Prayer slips are back on the back credenza, and the prayer box will be moved back there after service. We have a couple of prayer chaplains here today. Jim is here, Joanna's here, Peter is here. Did I miss anybody else? Probably. Yeah, Mike Smith, yes. If you see somebody with a purple soul, at least one of them will be up here after service to pray with you or for you. Do we have any children today? No? We got lots of them sitting here. Let's bless ourselves. We love you. We appreciate you. We see you loved, guided, and protected. And we empower you to do great things. Woo-hoo. Do we have any first-time visitors today? I see some folks returning that haven't been here for quite some time if you want to say hey. We'd love to give you a blessing. Let's bless all of us together. We love you. We bless you. We behold the Christ in you. We love you. We bless you. We behold the Christ in you. We love you. We bless you. We behold the Christ in you. Our announcements. We have our gathering circle that meets each Wednesday from 12:30 to 2. All are welcome to join us for a time of fellowship and discussion with meditation. It's a perfect opportunity to make a stronger connection with a group of like-minded individuals. Our annual meeting is coming up Sunday, March the 9th, following the service. God wanted your attention, I guess. Woo! Yeah. So annual meeting is the time that you get to hear the history of the church, all the financial reports, you get to vote on new board members. It's kind of exciting. We usually have a good time. The spring plant sale is coming up Saturday, March 29th. See, Bruce, do you want to say anything, Bruce?
Well, I hadn't prepared any comments, but if you have a yard full of plants that might be dug up and divided, oh, sorry. But It occurs to me that our friends on YouTube and Facebook don't see me till I'm right about here. Hi. Yeah, March 29th, get your plants together. If you're dividing some patches of lilies or border grass or things like that, yards get overgrown. It's Florida, things grow. Dig them up, put them in the pots now so they can root and be ready for March 29th. If you need pots, we have some extras. So yeah, talk to me, or I don't know. There's a lot of people. Shirley loves plants. I mean, Janice loves plants. There's a lot of people around that can help you with your plant needs. Oh, Bill, sorry.
Following this morning's service at 11:15, our guest speaker, Lynn Woodland, will hold a time of conversation titled, Can We Become Spiritual Activists? So grab yourself something to eat or drink and come on back and hear Lynn. Do we have any other announcements? Shirley?
Yes. I just want to remind those that are members of the church, on the back table here, there is a letter of it letting you know about the membership meeting, along with a little form that you need to fill out yearly that Unity Village likes to hear. And Lynn, that was just fabulous.
Yes.
So for those of you that would like to replay that, Bill does put it not only on our website, but it's also out on YouTube. So you can go in and do that meditation anytime you want. Thank you.
Thank you. Anyone else? Okay, I think we have some more music coming up, if I'm not mistaken.
No, Lynn has something to say.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
You know, I hope you'll stay for the conversation, because here we are, we're getting to the end of Black History Month, which some are hoping to disappear from the calendar. And Unity is so known for being a change agent through prayer. Some churches do a lot of, more political action. I'm wondering if there's something that is it combines both, that combines social justice, like taking action, as well as using our state of consciousness. And I don't even know what that means. I'm hoping you all will have incredible ideas that may make us, as powerful as we are, as a church of prayer, even more powerful in healing the world around us. Amen. And I know we stand for our final affirmation, but we have a kind of a surprise song to kind of get us in the mood for what's next. Maybe we could all stand for this and then go right into the affirmation.
When the night has come and the land is dark and the moon is the only light we'll see, I won't cry, I won't cry, no, I won't shed a tear. Not as long as you stand by me. And darling, I said, stand by me. Oh, stand by me. Come on, stand. Stand by me. If the sky we look upon should crumble and fall, and the mountain should crumble to the sea. Listen. I won't cry. I won't cry. Oh, I won't shed a tear. Just as long as you stand by me. And darling, I say stand. Oh. Whoa. Stand by me, y'all. Come on and stand. Oh, stand by me. It's a lot of things going on in the world today, and we have to come together and stay together. Stand with each other. I love you. Look at the person, say, I love you. I love you, and I will stand by you. Because unity is standing by all of us. Stand, keep on standing. Trouble, stand by me. Oh, stand by me. Come on, stand. Hey, stand by me. Hey. Thank you very much. Stand by me.
While you are all standing, can we say the prayer for protection,
We're
please?
not done. We're not done.
The light of God surrounds me. The light
love
of God
enfolds us.
The
The
love
power of God protects us.
and the
The presence of God watches over us.
wherever
Wherever we are, God is